In this video, we'll be looking at the Scout Olympic 2025, the pop-up edition. This has some surprising features that we're going to dive into, like cold weather capabilities, which I'd love to share with you, as well as the space and amenities on board. Stay tuned and let's dig in. Even though it's a brand new model for 2025, it does incorporate a lot of the build and construction that you would expect from Scout. Some of these might include the fully composite walls that are no wood included at all, as well as the frame of metal framing through the entire camper. Now on the rail here, this is a new addition. This is going to be a track that you can put different accessories on here. Hooked onto this track, you actually have your latches for the pop-up tie down individually. And they've put some carabiners on there as well if you wanted to hang some water bottles or something off of it. Now let's talk the canvas. The canvas is actually held really taut, and you don't get that a lot with pop-up campers. Sometimes it's going to be a lot looser, and that'll flap in the wind a lot. This is not really going to catch the wind, so on those windier camping trips, that's going to be a lot bigger benefit for these pop-up camper styles. Some optional amenities on here include the diesel heater, which actually they've tested on this specific model down to 10 degrees. So if you're looking at skiing with this, they tested it down to 10 degrees with the diesel heater, cranking it up to 70 degrees on the inside, and that's on a tent camper. Now in fall, they are planning on releasing a insulation package to this tent style camper, so stay tuned for that. Additionally, we have on here is the Rotopack. This is the single 1 gallon Rotopack. Rotopack is a great system. There's plenty of different options. There's diesel tanks, there's gas tanks, there's even tool kits or first aid kits that you can get to replace these. But nice to have that exterior storage. Now, talking about exterior storage, you'll notice on this camper that there is no exterior storage. And that is a design change from all of their other campers in terms of where they're putting that storage space. They've opted to put it all on the interior, which I think they've laid out quite nicely on this model. So Scout has gone through a couple different variations of their awnings throughout the years, and this is what they've landed on for 2025, which is the Hammock. The Hammock is an easy to use option that's going to be one-sided, easy pull out. And you can imagine also this is going to be up on a truck, so it's going to be a lot higher up, so you can stand underneath. So the roof on there is going to be vacuum infused, and that is going to be a solid roof separate from the actual body construction. That's going to give you much more rigidity as well as stability. If you're loading up to 300 pounds up top when it's closed down, that means bikes, kayaks, anything that you want to throw up there. It also on the roof has a 190 watt solar panel standard. You'll also notice some construction differences. Because this is a hard wall, or it's not a hard wall, there's not as much support on the nose cap, so they do add these angle supports underneath the nose cap to the body to give you a lot more stability up in the bed area. One of the newer additions to 2025 is the addition of the actual hookup for your power. That's a 7-pin power plug, so you can plug your camper in. A while back, they used to just have a 12-volt cable that you could run through into your cigarette lighter through your pass-through window on your truck. But now they've moved much more towards a traditional style truck camper with that 7-pin connection. You also have an additional exterior solar panel plug out there if you wanted to add to your 190 watt solar panel up top. So you might notice on here as well that this is arched. That not only helps with the shedding of materials, but also gave the designers a little bit extra room to raise the door height on here for taller individuals like myself. In the interior here, there's a lagoon table that gives you nice big space to work on. Moves around easy if you need more space to get up and move around. But you also have the ability to pop this off, rest it on these ledges here, and make this into an additional sleeping area. One of the greatest things about this camper in particular is the actual bed size. For a half-ton truck, this is going to have probably the largest available bed that you can get on a pop-up truck camper. So for this reference, this is without the bed slid out. If I wanted to do a quick cat nap, I'm 6'5". If I hop up here, this is one of the best benefits of this camper is I can fit, it's just about tip to tail, 6.5 feet. That gives me just enough space to lay down and sleep. But if you are of the luxurious persuasion, you can pull this out to there, making it a full California king. Depending on the options that you do get, this one is outfitted with the Dometic fridge freezer combo. This one does have the cutting board for the sink over there inside. And as you can tell, all real wood on that. This is actually bamboo, which is different. They've kind of gone with a more sustainable style with bamboo cabinetry and tabletop, and then on the cabinetry itself is recycled paper. Behind this, you have storage. Now this is the storage area that would have been on the outside on an Olympic, but they brought inside on the Olympic pop-up. Flipping around to the other side, this is where your Dometic stovetop is going to sit. This is movable, so you can bring this to the outside, cook outside with it if you want. That's kind of the benefit of Scout. That fridge, this cooktop, a lot of these amenities are meant to be modular, to be able to use wherever you are. The sink is still available right here. That is going to feed outside, and then what you do have underneath this is going to be your water tank down there. So this is going to be your Lifesaver water that does have a ceramic filter inside, which is fantastic if you want to fill up on different areas that have maybe dirty water or just out of a stream. If we look just up here, this is actually a railing that is used for different attachments. On here it's used for the lock for the grill, but you can also put in little hooks, maybe something for towels or pots and pans that you want to hang on this as well. So one of the great things I'd say about this camper in particular is because it is that pop-up, you do have the ability to have almost 360 degrees of visibility, so it really brings the outdoors in. Complementary to your 190 watt solar panel standard up top, you have your unbound power tower, and that is going to give you your battery storage, and that is a USB and USB 3 port on the tower itself, as well as a Victron inverter that gives you two 110 outlets. So this is all running off of your battery system and powered by the sun. So putting the camper down may be the most intimidating part, but what I've found with this system is really intuitive. And all you do is there's giant pull grab handles that you grab on either side. You pull down to a certain point, and then you'll have to pull down even harder, and now you're down. To push up, it's very simple. It's the same way. One hand up top, push, and then lock it into place with both bars. Pop-up campers aren't for everyone, but in this case, it's really brought a lot of surprises, especially to me. When I first walked in, I couldn't believe how much space there was that they had packed into this camper. For a half-ton truck that is actually cold weather capable, this is a fantastic option. If you're interested in this model, how it may fit with your truck, and what is the best situation for your camping experience, feel free to contact one of our salespeople below, or if you're looking for pricing and availability, you can find that below as well.